Welcome to Flow Yoga class this morning. If you have some fun music you want to put on in your background, just feel free to do so. Make sure you have plenty of space, nothing that you're going to be tripping on or falling into in the class. And then let's go ahead and sit down onto our mats. We'll take a few minutes just to come to our breath and get ready for our flow practice. So we'll have some strength in here, we'll have some stability, and we're definitely going to stretch it out at the end and feel good. Let's go ahead and make sure you're rocked up onto your sit bones and just lengthen through the spine, soften down the shoulders, maybe roll the neck around a couple of times, just kind of loosen everything up. You just feel around your body. Shake it out. Excellent. So close your eyes down, start to focus on your breath, and just see if you can find some long inhales, deep exhales. You might have a few sighing out breaths through the mouth. Just come to your practice, come to your space, come to your presence. In today's practice, we're going to think about Santosha, one of the niyamas given to us by Patanjali in the 8 limbs of yoga. And this means contentment. And contentment is a shift in focus, kind of an alternate way of moving through the world that's a little bit less focused on circumstance and how our circumstances make us feel. So just take a moment here as we start to settle in with our breath to think about how content you feel with your practice, with your daily life, with your habits, relationships. Just kind of think about it for a second. And then we'll realize that contentment actually comes from the inside out. It's not circumstantial. It's nothing to really do with what's going on in the outer world. We move it from the inside out, from that ever steady, never changing place within us, our light. There's contentment there. We just have to find it, dig into it, and then shine it out. Take a few more breaths here, and then we're just going to start to warm up the body just a little bit with some stretching, and then we'll get moving. Good. Let's go ahead. If you'd like to open the eyes, you can. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, fingertips down to the mat or palms if they'll touch. Stretch through your arms, drop the chin to the chest. Breathe into the back side of the neck. Try to keep an open heart and an open mind as we move through this practice and as you move through practicing contentment or Santosha in your life. Good. Inhale, sweep the head back up all the way to the top. Just pull the head back as much as you can that feels comfortable. Don't strain. Breathe into that front side of the neck. Really stretch it out. Come back to center. We're going to turn our head to the right, like you're going to look over your right shoulder. Turn your head to the left, like you're going to look over your left shoulder. Fabulous. Bring it back to center. Nice job. Release the hands from the mat. We're going to come into a hands and knees position, tabletop position. We're going to start to warm up the spine a little bit here with just some regular cat-cow, and then we're going to add a little bit of strength into this cat-cow. So come to a flat back. Begin to inhale the belly low, the chest through, the gaze up, sit bones wide. Exhale, round the spine, chin towards the chest, tuck the tail. Good. Keep moving, keep breathing. Maybe use your Ujjayi breath here so you can hear the sound of your breath and you can follow it. And we're going to look for contentment within our practice today. Ooh, that can be hard, especially in flow practice, because maybe some of the poses don't come the way we wish they would, and we have to find a way to be okay with that. So as we move between the postures today, Just begin to realize when your mind wanders in a pose that you don't like too much, where does it go? Keep moving. And when your mind wanders in a pose that you love, where does your mind go? Let's be witness to that today. All right, we're going to add some strength in here. So curl your toes under, 10 toes. A few more rounds of cat-cow, but it's going to look like this. We're going to inhale, sweep the belly. Exhale, round, and pick the knees up. Set the knees down. Inhale, sweep the chest forward, open the heart. Remember, open heart. Exhale, round the spine, pick the knees up, press into your mat with your hands. Inhale. Exhale. Good. A couple more like that. Feel that core start to engage. Imagine the belly lifting you away from the floor. Good. Last one. Nice work. I'm going to set those knees all the way back down. Keep the toes curled under and see if your pinky toe is included. Make sure it is. And just stretch back through the arches a little bit. Excellent. Then begin to just walk your hands around to the side of the mat. So fingers towards long edge of the mat. See how you feel. Give yourself a breath. If you're right-handed, you might feel a little more stretch, a little bit more warmth in that right side. Left-handed, maybe the left side. Go ahead and fingertips back diagonally. Same thing here, about 2 breaths. If it gets too intense, don't go to the next step. Good. And then fingertips all the way to the knees. Stretch out those wrists and forearms. Excellent. Fingertips all the way back around. Sit your hips back onto your heels with your toes curled under. If your feet start to get a cramp, come off them and put the tops of the feet to the mat. And just kind of round your wrists here. You can grip the hands together around the wrists. So we'll work through this flow today, being present in every asana and every transition, and letting each moment be enough, whether we're happy with the asana or not. Each moment is enough. Good. Go ahead, just shake it out. Nice work. Okay, we're going to warm up our tricep muscles just a little bit here. This is what brings us through some of the chaturangas that we do in flow practice. So bring your hands back towards the top of the mat and stretch your right foot back. Now, when we dip our chest down, we want to keep our elbows pulling back, not out to the sides. And so we can leave our foot down, our right toes, or we can lift them. And then press back up. Good. Do it again. And you don't have to come all the way down, especially after 2 or 3 if you start to get a little more tired. You know, just come about halfway. We're going to do one more after this one. Nice work. Bend the right knee, send it back in, and child's pose as you stretch the arms, and then we're going to do the other side. So we start to feel into some of the muscles we're going to be using throughout our practice. Become very aware when those muscles get fatigued and start to modify. Good, let's go back up. Inhale, tabletop. Take the left leg back, stretch it long, keep your hips squared, press out through that left heel a bit. Fingertips are gripping the mat here. Feel the belly engage, core engage. Take a nice big inhale breath. Take a nice big exhale. You're ready. Let's go. Press down, chest towards the floor, elbows back. The arms are actually touching in on the rib cage as you move with your breath. We've got 2 more after this one for a total of 5. Those triceps should be warm. Good. Pull that left knee in, set it back, child's pose. Anytime you want child's pose in this practice, anytime you want to take a water break during this practice, do it. It's yours. Enjoy. All right, nice job. Now we're going to come to stand up onto the knees and the shins. So just lift yourself up like a standing mountain pose from your knees. Nice. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Let's stretch out the side body. Exhale, the right arm comes down the side. The left arm reaches up and over. Inhale, left arm comes up. Leave it lifted. Bend the left elbow so that the left fingertips are behind the back. Reach the right hand up and over, and just give a nice stretch to that tricep we just worked. Nice job. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, let them float down. Inhale, sweep them up. Keep the right arm up. Left hand comes down, stretch away from your right hip and right knee. You guys get ready to move. Have some fun today. Find your contentment. Reach the right arm all the way back up. Bend the right elbow. Right fingertips down the back. Left hand assisting the stretch. All right, guys, let's just warm up through a few vinyasa flows. Let the arms go. All right, put the hands down on the mat, top of the mat. Fingertips spread wide. Let's find down dog. Hips high, heart back, heels low. Stretch it out. Breathe. Good. Feel free to take some movement here. Bend one knee and then the other. Walk your dog. You can walk it nice and slow and mindfully, or you can move a little swifter. Up to you today. Good. Hips high. Find stillness. Fantastic. Pull your weight forward. Come to plank pose. Shoulders over the wrists. Hold. Breathe. Feel your core engage. Feel the quads engaged. Feel the glutes, the shoulders. All right. Sweep your weight forward. Chaturanga. Hover 90 degrees. Pull the weight through. Chest comes forward. Come on top of those feet. Keep the legs off the mat. Up dog. Press away from the earth. And downward facing dog. Breathe in your down dog and take some movement again. Anything that feels good. Just let it be fun. Help it make you smile. Let's take modified vinyasa so we know the difference and how to mix it up. Come forward. Good. Plank pose down to the knees. Keep that plank. Uncurl the toes. Lower all the way down to the mat. Still let those triceps working. Inhale, sweep the head up. And then go ahead and lift the shoulders. Cobra pose. Beautiful. Curl toes under. Pull back. And lift the hips. Down dog. Breathe. Good. Let's move through some sun salutations. Walk forward and take a forward fold. Good. Sun salutations are beautiful for just warming up all the spaces of the body and kind of getting our heart rate up a little bit here. And we're going to inhale, sweep the arms all the way out to the sides and all the way up overhead. Right away, find your exhale. Lengthen the spine, tuck the belly, forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway. Let's hold the first one. Take your shoulders back, away from the ears. Good. Exhale, fold. Hands to the mat. Let's take right leg steps back. Low lunge. Right knee drops down. Left knee over left ankle. Inhale. Sweep the arms up. Let's hold. Shoulders down the back. Breathe. Good. Nice squared hips. Nice lift through the torso. Exhale. Hands down to the mat. Curl your right toes under. Step back. Find that plank. Go through your version of your flow. We'll meet in that downward facing dog. Now, anytime we have a vinyasa flow and you don't want to do it, you can just go to down dog. It's perfectly fine. Beautiful. Step forward, forward fold. Let's take that big inhale, sweep up. You're welcome to add a little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Big inhale, lift halfway. Let's exhale right away. This time, exhale, hands to the mat. Step left leg back, left knee down. Find a low lunge, hips squared, right knee over right ankle. Lift those arms, find your steadiness. You can uncurl the back toes, or if it helps you, curl them under, up to you. Nice. Exhale. Hands come down to the mat. We're going to pick the left knee up, step back, downward facing dog. Nice job. Breathe. Let's just grow this movement through this flow a little bit, okay? How about we lift the right leg into the air, three-legged dog. So now we're going to press the left heel down, send the heart back. Good. Step the right foot all the way through. Place it in between your hands, square your hips. We're coming up to crescent lunge, both toes forward. You're on the ball of the back foot. Yes, drop the hips, breathe. Excellent, let's go for a flow. Exhale, your hands down to the mat, step back, plank pose. Good, flow on through. Now I start to mix it up. So I might use chaturanga and then cobra. and then up dog. Or you might use modified chaturanga, and then up dog instead of cobra, and then down dog. Good, let's lift the left leg in the air. Now on these three-legged dogs, we want to keep squared for the moment. So hips squared, shoulders squared. We'll pull it all the way through. Left foot drops in between the hands, square everything up. We're coming back to crescent lunge. Good, your body should be starting to feel a little warm now. Yeah, a little stretchy. That's all good. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Good, go through the flow. Step back. Find your way through vinyasa. Start to modify if you want. That's a big, strong part of the practice, but it's also where most injury comes, is in things like a chaturanga that's done out of tiredness or exhaustion. So be really aware. Practice isn't about proving anything, just taking care of yourself. Remember that first limb, first yama, non-harming ahimsa. We're not going to hurt ourselves. Good, one more breath here. Step forward, forward fold. All right, so we're going to go back through this vinyasa, but we're going to start to add just a little bit of strength into it. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. You're saying, Jenny, I feel like I'm strengthening. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat. Let's go ahead and step that left leg back first this time. Left leg back. Right knee and right ankle in alignment, crescent lunge. Inhale. Good. Now you can always skip and just hold the pose in stillness and steadiness. That's perfect. If you'd like, we're going to just begin to lower the back knee straight down. Press straight up. Good. Good. Just start to feel those legs burn. Good. Now we want to hold real low on this one. Hold it like 2 90-degree angles there. Good. Breathe. Shoulders, hips, align to the front of the mat. 3, 2, and 1. You'll place your hands down. You'll step your right foot back, and we're going through a vinyasa. Meet me in downward facing dog. Excellent. Make sure shoulders roll apart and down the back. Head is soft, neck is soft. Take that left leg into the air. Sweep it up. Push the right heel down. Step it through. Looking for crescent lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Good. You can stay right here or start to move with me. Lower the back knee and lift. Don't let it touch the floor. We're taking this one down and hold. Good, breathe. Press into that front foot, into the ball of the back foot. 3, 2, 1. Excellent work. Hands down to the mat. Step your foot forward. Forward fold. Take a little rest. Anytime we're in a fold, you can shake those wrists around, shake the arms around. We want to lift those sit bones, straighten the legs a bit more. Knees soft. Nice. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat. Send that right leg back. Good. Once again, coming into crescent lunge, a great place to do a little bit of work from. Nice. Okay, now we're going to go to a nice lift that looks like this. So see how my back leg is nice and straight almost. And then a lower. We're going to hold. 3, 2, 1. Straight. 3, 2, 1. Slow and controlled. 3, 2, 1. Lift. Lower. Lift. Last time. Nice work. Stay a little lifted here. Take your hands back behind your back. Clasp your fingertips. Stretch them down the back, down towards that extended leg, and open through your heart and chest. If you like, the gaze can come up and challenge your balance just a bit. Release the hands. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Step back, down dog. Come through plank and go through a flow. Meeting again in down dog. Nice work. Just breathe here for a moment. These down dogs should each time feel a little bit warmer, a little bit more stretched out. So really witness your spine, witness your legs. Those are the two big stretches going on. See if they're feeling longer and stronger than they did in the beginning of your practice. Excellent. Step it forward, forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat. Good, let's step that left leg back. Good, coming into that crescent lunge. Nice job. Stay lifted for 3, 2, 1. Lower hold. 3, 2, 1. Hips stay squared. Lift. 3, 2, 1. Lift. Keep moving with me. Lower. How about one more? Good. Stay lifted. Clasp the hands. Release the hands down. Look up. Find that balance. Hug to midline. Keep your core engaged. Nice job. And release the hands. Inhale, sweep them back up overhead. And exhale, release the hands down to the mat. Take a step forward. Fold. Deepen even this fold even more than the last. Root the feet down. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Place the hands down to the mat. Step either your right or left foot back. Doesn't matter. Come to downward facing dog. All right. Next flow. A little bit of strength. Make sure you have some space on either side of your mat because we're going to have one leg that kind of comes underneath, okay? All right, here we go. We're going to take a nice big inhale breath to the right leg in the air. We're moving rapidly, kind of swiftly. Bring the right knee to the right elbow. Shift it back up, three-legged dog. Right knee, nose, bend through the spine, or one around through the spine, lift it back up. Nice. Right knee, left elbow. Lift it back up, three-legged dog, all the way. Let's do it again. Right knee, right elbow. Shift the way back, three-legged dog. Down the center. Three-legged dog. One more time to the side. Hold this one. So now the right knee's towards the left elbow and you sweep that right foot underneath the left arm. Now, we're here. We're going to press into the right hand and shift the left arm into the air. I'd like you to roll your toes more to the left and lift your hips. Fall in triangle. Keep going. Slide your heels into the ground. Lift your toes. Set your bum down. You're facing towards the back corner of your mat. Good. Just take a quick fold forward with your toes lifted and knees towards the sky. This is your little rest. Let those arms get a break. Roll the wrists if you need to. Then we got to do everything on the other side. Coming back through. All right. Nice job. Inhale. Lift up. We're going to turn the torso and the hands back to our down dog sort of positioning. We start to move the toes back forward and then lift our right hip off the mat. Come back, down dog. All right. If you've never done that before, it can be a little tricky. You'll get the hang of it. Don't worry. Left leg into the air. Inhale. Here we go. Left knee, left elbow. Lift it up. Down the center, round the spine a little bit, nose towards knee, doesn't need to touch. Lift it up. Left knee, right elbow. Good. Moving back through that series. Left to left. Left down the center. Left to right, and we hold. Woo, stretch it out. So I'm on the pinky side of that foot. Reaching the right arm up. Roll those feet around. Set it down. Facing back corner of the mat. Fold forward. Breathe. Excellent. A couple more breaths. Good. Inhale, lift up, turn the torso back around. Hands to the mat. See how my toes kind of flip back to the side. And then I'm going to press into the mat like I'm pushing a heavy piece of furniture. Lift my hips. Slide it back down and under, and my left foot comes back, down dog. Nice work, guys. A little intermission and stretch for the hips. Bring the knees to the outer edge of the mat, big toes to touch. Lots of words and flow, lots of direction. Good, stretch out your spine, take a few breaths. Couple more breaths, doing good. Nice. Go ahead and return to your down dog on your next inhale breath. Enough break. Good. Breathe here. Draw the shoulder blades apart. Down dog. Nice, strong down dog. Go ahead and lift those sit bones a little bit more. Crown of the head towards the earth. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and lift up. Pike onto the toes. Bend the knees. Keep the hips high. And if you'd like, you can just walk, or you're going to hop your way quietly to the top of the mat. Good. Go ahead and fold in. And then inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, standing mountain pose. All right. We're going to work a little balance and strength in the balance, all right? I'm going to turn to face you. So Virabhadrasana 3 is a nice, strong, balanced pose. And we're just going to add to our Virabhadrasana 3. Actually, maybe I'll turn to the side for the first one, then I'll turn to face you. That way you can kind of get the glimpse of what's going on here. So we're going to start standing on our left foot. This will be as fluid as possible, but if you fall over, if you trip out, then you just come back when you can, okay? So we're standing on the left foot. We'll raise the right knee to 90 degrees. Flex the right foot. We're going to keep that right foot flexed the entire time. Take the arms up overhead. Okay, this is how we're going to move several times. So we'll do the first one slow. We're going to press like there's a ball that we're going to push into the back wall. So we're going to push, push, push that leg back. And as we get about here, where our knees are aligned, we start to straighten it out, hinge from the hips, and try to lengthen from our heel to finger. Key is to keep your right toes all facing the floor. See how your pinky toe wants to roll out? Bring it back in. Internal rotation of the thigh. Okay, so now you're in Warrior 3. Now what? We're going to continue to press into the left foot, come right back where we were. Stand it up. Try to get that leg to 90 degrees. Now, if you need a touchdown in between, you're going to take it. Otherwise, do it again. Here we go. Good. Bring it back up. Keep moving. Find your breath. How content can you be in this flow? Nice job. Okay, if you need a touchdown, take it. Keep moving. Let's shoot for doing about 5 total. If you've already got your 5, that's fine. You can do one more, or you can take a rest. All right, we're going to come back. Lift the hands up, put the foot down, then drop the hands, standing mountain pose. Good? All right, face you for the other side. I like to pretend I can see you. All right, we're going to stand up nice and tall. We're on the right foot now. Get your hips squeezing together, muscles onto the bone, shoulders relaxed. 90 degrees on that left foot. Flex it. Inhale, arms up. Here we go. Exhale, press it back. Inhale, lift it up. Good. It's okay to wobble. It's okay to take touchdowns. It's okay to fall over. Just have fun. Find some contentment with wherever you can come today. How about 2 more? All right, last one. Stand it up. Set the foot down, drop the hands, standing mountain pose. Shake it out. All right, we need one more series on each side. The difference on this one, we're going to add on. So we've been here, here, and then we've been coming here. Try to straighten the leg. Bring it back, kick it back, okay? And the arms will be out the whole time. Stand on the left leg. 5 of them if you can. If it's too much, pull it back to 3. Perfectly fine. Here we go. 90 degrees. Arms up. Let's flow. Virabhadrasana 3. Knee up. Knee, leg out. Bend knee. Send it back. Good. Keep those hips squared if you can. Leg out. Foot in. Make sure you're rooting through that standing foot the whole time. We've got 2 more through this cycle. You might be breaking a sweat. I am. Last one. Now my balance is much better. Let's come back on that side than the other. You might have that same experience. Don't worry about it. Accept it. It is what it is, right? Okay, here we go. Stand on the right. Lift the left. Okay, so we're adding that little kick out in between. Press it back. Bring it back. Kick it out. The foot doesn't have to stay high. You can lower it down on that kick. That's okay. You want to come here? That's fine. Just lift the knee back up. All right, I want you guys to pay close attention. I'm starting to see it in me. You want to keep those hips squared. Don't let that left thigh turn out. Keep it in. Woo, little wiggly there. One more. All right. So you can see when we start to lose our balance or get a little fatigued. Good. We don't want the form to come too far out. So that's a good place to end that flow. Nice job, guys. Go ahead and step onto the left foot again. Let's give the quad a nice stretch. Grab the right foot with your right hand. If you can, reach the left foot back as well. Line your knees, press your hips forward. Good, let's do the other side. Stand on the right. You can pull that knee out to get the foot, but then squeeze it back in line with the knee. And then hips forward. All right, guys, we got one more fun balance pose. Good, I like the balance poses because they strengthen a lot of the body while also bringing into balance, and there's always some muscles getting a stretch too. So these standing balance poses really hit all 3 parts of what we're doing in this flow yoga: strength, stability, and stretch. Okay, so this is dancer pose, and so I'll start again from the side and then I'll face you for one. So it just starts like our quad stretch that we just did, which is lovely, but we're gonna add in a little shoulder stretch, and it's similar to our warrior 3 in that we hinge from the hips and try to keep the hips fairly squared. Stand on the left foot, find the right foot to the right hand to the right foot. Now, you'll notice that I prefer that you put your hand on the big toe side. Here's the reason why. Look what happened to my shoulder when I do this. Yes, I can keep my shoulders a bit more squared more easily, but I don't get a nice stretch in my shoulder. So I prefer, if your shoulders are healthy, to kind of open up the shoulder, holding onto the big toe side of the foot. Now, how do we get from here to this dancer pose? Well, inhale your left arm up, and then begin to hinge. And as you're hinging, kick your foot into your hand. Lift your toes. Square up your hips as much as you can and your shoulders as much as you can. There will be a little lift to the right, but we want to try to stay very squared. And then when you're ready, you'll pop out. Now, if you keep your gaze forward and don't look around like I am, you might hold a little longer. And when you come out, do it as gracefully as possible. Good. All right, nice job. Let's try the other side. This is a nice pose you can do for a picture at the beach. Just makes you feel good, right? All right, stand on the right foot. Find the left foot and drag the knees in to match. So I'm on the big toe side holding the foot. Right arm lifts. Here we go. Now you don't have to come far. You could just come a little ways, or you can continue. Wherever you come to is fine. Can you be content with it? It's enough. Just be in the moment. Don't look at what's wrong with your pose. Don't look at what's right with it. Just be. Nice. And release. Good. Stand nice and tall. As long as you know you're giving your best, that's all that matters. You can be content with the rest. All right. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale and fold. Let's take a deep fold on this one. And after those big standing poses, it's nice to stretch out the back. So we're going to go ahead, root the feet down except for the big toes. Take your peace fingers, you know, your pointer and middle finger, around your big toes. And place your toe into the fingers. And then what I want you to do is press down your toes, like you're trying to imprint your fingers down into the mat. And then as you do, bend your elbows out to the sides. And just see about lifting your hips up. Good. Draw the crown of your head as though it's going to touch the mat. So really actively pull, lengthen the spine. Don't lock the knees. Keep breathing. Nice job. Release the toes. Place your hands down to the mat and step your right foot back. We're going to rotate the right heel down to the left. Looking for a heel arch alignment. Like to come up towards warrior two. Bent right knee over the right ankle, right arm back, left arm forward. We're going to use this as a transition into Trikonasana. So I just want to make sure my hips are squared as much as I can to the right edge of the mat. And then my front knee is tracking open. From there, we're in warrior two. We're going to straighten the front leg back out. All right, so nothing changes as far as my hip placement, just the leg comes straight. Now stretch without collapsing your body forward. Good. Now rotate. Don't try to touch the floor. Just rotate your body. Reach your right arm up, your left arm down. So now I'd like to focus on rolling my rib cage open, stacking my shoulders. Yeah? And then if I can, I'm going to slide down, but I'm not going to fall forward, meaning I'm not going to glide forward. If I glide forward with my right shoulder, I need to pick myself back up. Now, as long as your back of your palm's not at the knee, I want you to press in. So if it's at the thigh or the calf, I want you to press the back of the palm in and open up your body some more. Now keep your neck stretching long out in front of you. Good. If you can, you'll come lower. If you can't, that's okay. Good. Now all we're going to do is shift to bend that front knee back over the ankle and move that elbow onto the thigh. Stretch the arm up and over for side angle. So that bent knee is nice and we can focus on stretching away from the hip. Good. Lift all the way back to warrior two. So the front knee's bent, so we're back to warrior two positioning, gazing over front left fingers. Beautiful. Hands to your hips. Turn both toes towards the side of the mat. Excellent. We're going to go into some deep stretch here. So I'm going to bend the right knee. You have two choices. And when I bend the right knee, I might just come a little ways down so I can bring my elbow to rest here. Notice how I'm tracking my knee back, not forward. Keep it safe. If I want, palms will come to the floor. Now I'm going to pull my left toes up, or my right toes up, and my left glute to my left heel. This is a lot deeper stretch. If it doesn't work for you, go back to the other one. And then from here, you do have an option to even get a little bit stronger pose by lifting those hands off of the mat and bringing them to your heart center. If your knee doesn't like this, we're going to go back up. Good. How about if you've got your heart lifted and your hands at heart center, can you reach them up overhead? And then could you lean towards that right leg? Ooh. It's a lot. Good. Bring your hands back down. Ooh, press up through the center and take a big forward fold. You can drop down at the center. Crown of the head reaches towards the earth. Ooh. Nice. Let's go ahead, lift up about halfway or so we can bend into the left knee now. Again, we can hang here at about a halfway. That's nice. Or we can drop down. Also nice. Up to you. You can keep your hands on the mat the entire time for your balance. That's beautiful. Or you can lift the hands to the heart center. You can play. If you fall over, just be careful where you're falling. Come back to center. Now when we bring our hands onto our hips, the action is to bring the lift of our torso more into our legs than our back. So this is a good functional use activity to learn how to do even off your mat, like if you were lifting something. So we're gonna feel as though the mat here is taffy. We're just gonna spread that taffy apart. Don't move your feet, but pretend you're gonna spread the taffy as you do. Hands on hips and lift up. Now you feel your legs start to lift you more than your back. Whew, so nice. Okay, let's go to the other side. Keep your left foot right where it's at. Turn your right toes to the back edge of the mat and then whoop, glide those hips open. Starting with the warrior pose, bending the front knee right over the ankle or slightly behind, not in front. Turning our gaze over the right fingertips for a breath. Excellent. We're going to go to Trikonasana. Straighten the leg, reach the arm forward, hinge, start high, and then slide down. Good. Remember not to let that left body collapse. So you can think like if there's a wall behind me, how could I maybe touch my whole back body to the wall still in this pose? That could be the action that you think of. Breathe. This isn't your favorite pose. That's okay. Where's your mind at? What's it saying? Can you find contentment anyways? Good. Bend that front knee. Small adjustment. Reach the left arm away from the left foot. Side angle with a little support. Back to warrior two. Keep that front knee bent. Lift the torso. Excellent work. Let's bring the hands down. Straighten the leg. Turn the toes back around. We're going for one more deep forward fold. This one will inhale, sweep the arms up. Toes are mostly forward. Exhale, fold. If you need more space, heel toe the feet out. Maybe you can go really low and really wide. That's okay. Do you, man. It's your practice. Find a few nice breaths. Maybe even try to spread those legs open like you're doing the splits a little bit. Good. Inhale, rise up at least halfway if you need to work those feet back in. Nice work. And then hands to the hips and we spread the mat between the feet. Lift up. Perfect. Okay, take a little hop back to your center. Nice. Turn back to the top of the mat. Nice job. Inhale. Sweep the arms high. Exhale, fold. Good. Place those hands down to the mat. Step your way back to plank pose. Hold this plank for a few strong breaths. Good. We're going to work through the back side of the core a little bit here and do some back bending. So come all the way down to the mat. Use your knees or no knees. Good. Slide your way onto the mat. Tuck your feet back so they're as long as your legs can get. And feel your pelvis on the floor. All right, nice job. Bend both knees and send your toes towards the sky. Press the fronts of the thighs, the quads down into the floor here a little bit. Good. Pick one arm. Stretch your back. Find the foot. Remember dancer pose? Now we're on the outside, the pinky side of the foot, but similar motion. And see about finding the other one. Take your time. So here we are. We've got this beautiful stretch across our collarbones and chest, but I want more. If you want more too, let's go ahead and press those feet right into the hands like we did for dancer. Keep the thighs together as much as possible and let that press lift you off the mat at the front. Body, gaze down the front of your nose, shoulder blades onto the back. Breathe through the collarbones, through the chest. Keep breathing. The more you want, the more you can press those feet into the hands and toes up. Good, last breath. Nice, we're gonna slowly lower down and then release the feet. Bring your hands out in front of you, Superman style. Go ahead and take a break, forehead on the mat. Good. I'm gonna scoot back just a little bit on my mat so you can see. Yeah, you're not gonna catch the whole body here, but this should give you an idea. We're gonna start with lifting the right leg and left arm, and the head will come off the mat as well. So I'm gonna keep my right arm and my left leg on the floor, lift the left leg, right arm, and stretch from side to side here. So I mean from pinky to pinky. Good. Other side. When we pick it up, you want to bring that whole left leg off the mat if you can. Doesn't need to be high off the mat, but we want that engagement. All right, drop it down. Let's do one more each side. You can use a little press in your right hand when you're lifting the left one up. Good, switch. Feel that glute activate, lower down. All right, nice, strong, take a couple breaths. Then root the pelvis, inhale, both arms, both legs off the mat. Hold, gaze down that nose, don't strain your neck. Now, if you want, fluttering the hands and the legs as though you're swimming. Swimming. Keep going, we're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Forehead to the mat and breathe. Excellent. Go ahead and bring those hands back underneath the shoulders and curl the toes under. Press your way into plank and from plank to down dog. And let's hold this dog and breathe. Yeah, take those hips up nice and high. Good. Slowly lower the knees. And we're going to come all the way onto our backs now. So you can bend the knees, slow lower your way down to the earth. You can go ahead and tuck the knees to the chest to start, and just kind of roll around, getting a nice long spine on the mat. All right, we're going to bring our heels down, close to the glutes. We'll do a little bridge work today. So bridge is going to activate the back side of the body, help shape the glutes. It's also great for activating our thyroid and our parathyroid glands. So there's a lot going on in bridge pose, and we're going to play with it in a couple different ways. We're going to start with easy bridge, bringing our hands down to the floor on either side of the hips, and a small, nothing too crazy lift because we're going to move on here in a minute. So just begin to press through the heels and lift the glutes and lift your spine, and let it be kind of easy for you this first one. And we just want to witness that the back of the head is on the mat. The neck is not strained, it's actually really long. The shoulders can roll under the back. And then our knees and our tailbone presses forward. And that's it, easy bridge. Go ahead and lower down. All right, now, the next one can be a little bit trickier in that we're gonna lean one way, place one shoulder under, lean the other way, place one shoulder under, and then tuck the head. And then you can repeat that and repeat that as many times as you want. So if you want to watch one and then join, that would be just fine. And again, you can just keep wiggling your way in and keep lifting this bridge. So here's what it looks like. We lift up and we're in our easy bridge. And then we roll the left, roll the right, tuck the head. Roll the left, roll the right, tuck the head. And so I'm about 2 in. I might be able to roll my shoulders together one more time, but that's about it. So that's the height of my bridge. When I've gotten to the highest bridge I can, then I can actually even bring my fingertips together clasped if I want underneath. And this feels really good on the body as far as lengthening, strengthening that backside body. Glutes on fire. I have a lot of things going on in my hair today, but if I didn't, I might be able to tuck my head back even more. Now let's lift up onto the toes. Get those heels off the floor. Highest bridge yet. Good, tuck your belly in. Tailbone still reaching forward. Heart still reaching up towards chin. Okay, lower those heels. Now, let go of the hands first. and start to unwind the shoulders, lengthen the neck back out, and then lower. Ooh. Okay, we're not done. We're gonna take one more set of bridge work. We're not gonna need to roll the shoulders under this time or do anything crazy. Nice long spine, just kind of get situated. Heels close. All right, are you feeling this? I'm feeling it. Okay, we're gonna bring our hands back down beside us. Inhale, lift the hips. Now, find a medium bridge, we'll call it. We're not going crazy. I'm gonna walk my left foot slightly into center line and pick up my right leg. Good, flex that right foot, and then just press your heel towards the ceiling, right heel towards the ceiling. Small presses, 3, 2, 1. Bend the right knee, send the right ankle onto the left thigh. Drop the right knee so it's nice and even with the other knee if you can. Press up through those hips. Good, lift it again. Right leg up, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, lift the hips. Good, slow lower, and then we're gonna do the other side. So we're just gonna take a little intermission break. Don't worry, we're gonna take a nice stretch here in a second. All right, last side. Bridge up. Good, press into the right heel at center line so you can move it in a little bit. Lift the left. Hold. Press your heel towards the ceiling. Hips are just slightly moving up and down. Last one, and rotate left ankle to right thigh. And press that left knee forward and down. A nice strong press into that right foot. Lift the left leg up. Good, bend the knee. Both hips up. And lower. Nice. Pull the knees into the chest for a moment and rock around, massage the spine and the low back. Good. When we tuck our knees in like this, good stretch too for the psoas. Pull them in nice and tight. Nice work. Okay, slow lower the feet down to the mat. Good. Bring the right knee back towards the chest, round the right ankle onto the left thigh. Going for a reverse or supine pigeon here. Draw the left knee in. Right hand glides through this little triangle, and then we can squeeze around the left shin. And just find a small little bit of movement. And if you're feeling pretty flexible, because we're pretty warmed up, I'm going to invite you to really pull that right arm through, get your right elbow into the outer right back thigh. And that way you can press it down and kind of massage your elbow in. Oh, that feels really good. Just be gentle. Good. Let's release. Left foot comes down, unwind. Take that left foot up and over to the right thigh. Bring it in, squeeze it in. Let's find a nice deep squeeze. Maybe rock a little bit into that left glute and hip. Keep your low back pressing against the mat. Don't let it roll up. Maybe the elbow comes through, massages the back of that left thigh a little bit. Some tight muscles can wind up back there. Of course, we worked them out today, right? Good. Good. Go ahead and release. Or move both legs straight up into the air. Stack them up. Knees over hips, ankles over knees. Point and flex your feet a couple times. Round the ankles. Going into a V shape here, the legs are going to open up. First, we're just going to relax into it, and I'd like you to imagine, and you can even reach up if you can reach your calves. Don't press on your knees, but if you can get to your calves, you can press down. But you might just imagine somebody coming and helping you go the next stage deeper in this pose by just gently pressing you down. Or one thing I like to imagine is like, what if I had little weights hanging off of my ankles here? How would that make my legs kind of pull open? So interestingly, the mind is so brilliant that sometimes when we imagine the action, the body actually begins to think it's happening. I know that in athletic endeavors, we know that too, that the mind is stronger, more resilient. Sometimes we have to encourage the body to push further. In yoga, we can pull back, but all right. Just give yourself a few little nice squeezes along the inner thighs here as you stretch those muscles out. The hips should be feeling nice and warm. So some self-massage. You can actually even do a little bit of this where you pound your fists in nice and gently here. All right, good job. Bring those legs all the way back in. All right, we're stopping in the center. This is considered legs up the wall, even if you're not using the wall. It's extremely restorative pose, but it also can give you energy when you need energy. So it's kind of that adaptogenic pose. It gives you what you need. If you need to sleep, it'll help you rest. If you need to calm down, it'll lower your fight or flight. If you need to get energized and you're feeling sluggish, it'll help you do that. It's a beautiful, restful pose. So just bring some breath to it. All right, nice work, guys. Bring your feet back slowly to the mat. Everything slows down. We're almost to our Shavasana. We're going to open up the arms wide and just drop our knees from side to side a couple times. And then there's two options for how you prefer to take your Shavasana, or if you've got another one that you like better, absolutely. I'd like to give the option to come into Supta Baddha Konasana for your Shavasana. That's a lot of mouthful. Supta Baddha Konasana for your Shavasana. So you can bring your soles of your feet to touch and then open the knees up. And if you like this and you can be comfortable here for the next, say, 3 minutes without having to move, then feel free to take this pose. If this is a little much, especially if you think about holding it for about 3 minutes, go ahead and stretch the legs long towards the outer corners of your mat, palms facing up. Either way, just sigh your way down into your mat and relax. Remember, we talked about needing to have an open heart and an open mind. So with your eyes closed down, your breath easy, and your body just kind of like melting and relaxing here. Can you open your heart? Can you choose to open your mind to the idea of being completely content in each and every moment, no matter what circumstances are? And one way that we do that is that we connect to our inner light. We do that through Shavasana or meditation. We have to shine our inner light to be content. We cannot be focused on darkness and also be content. So as you draw away from your thought mind, the outer world, all the noises and thoughts, and draw inward. Search for your stillness. Connect with your light. Breathe in contentment. ahead and take a nice big inhale breath. Sigh out the mouth. Wiggle your fingers and your toes, and as you're coming back into your body a little bit here, I'd like you to imagine that that light within you starts to emanate out, like it's seeping through all of your pores. It shines through your eyes. It glows around you. It brings you warmth. It brings you contentment, joy. And nothing can shake, not even your outer circumstances. We move on to our right or left side body. Just take a breath or two there. And then as you feel ready, you're going to press all the way back up to your seated position. Just take your time. No need to hurry. We'll end our practice, easy seated pose, hands at heart center. And there's just a little saying from Zen master Dennis Genpo Merzel I'd like to end us with. If you want to close your eyes down and just let it wash over you. He says, everyone is already the living Buddha, complete, whole, perfect as you are. All this action and effort to become special, it's just making you very unspecial and creating a tremendous amount of pain and suffering. You're already enough. You're complete, whole, and perfect as you are, and therefore you can always be content in every circumstance. Thank you for practicing with me today, yogis. The light in me honors and salutes the shining, beautiful light within you. Namaste.